Good morning. Happy Coffee Talk. I hope you can hear it in my voice. I'm feeling a lot better today. Definitely the antibiotics are working. I'm on the up and up. If you missed what I'm talking about, I put it on my Instagram highlights so you can get the full story. But I ended up in the hospital this week from a stupid sore throat that went haywire. And so it's taken me a little bit to feel better. I would not say that I'm 100%. I'm going to give myself 80% today. But I do have a full coaching day, which I'm really pumped and excited about. And so we're going to see how I feel. But coffee talk. I did coffee talk yesterday. Also, if you missed that episode, go back. But it was just kind of a make sure I'm back to doing coffee talk episode. It wasn't anything epic. It was make sure I come back, which you guys know is one of my things. Sometimes that first one back, whether it's a first workout, that first healthy meal, that first, walk, whatever it is that you're getting back to, you have to remove the expectations of it being like back to what it was and just do the thing. And so I was kind of modeling that for you yesterday with my short and sweet rambly coffee talk where you probably are like, Christy, your voice sounds like a smoker, swallowed a piece of sandpaper. I know, but I really wanted to just get back to doing the thing because I knew that would make today more doable. And that's what I want you guys to do. I want you to stop expecting yourself to be able to come back to things perfectly and start to understand that the coming back to the thing is the good part. That's the part that's like the big deal. So anyways, coffee today is in this really cool mug. I think it's the same mug I used yesterday, to be honest. My memory is kind of off, but this mug is awesome. It looks like a landscape. That's usually my favorite kind of mug. It's pottery. It was given to me by one of our FitMe coaches, and I'm drinking Black Rifle coffee. And so I'm fired up, ready for today. I'm fired up, and I'll probably crash and burn later and rest and be tired. So, man, I'm pumped because I just got this message from FitMe. So let me tell you a little bit how this works. So in FitMe, like we are a coaching team. We actually collaborate on every single client. It's something that's really unique about us. So it's not just like, there's a whole team of coaches. No. You actually have a team that works with you. So you have your one person who is like your one person coach, but then you have specialty coach who's helping you with your workouts. You have a mindset coach. You have someone who is working on your metabolism history and making sure you're eating to fuel your metabolism. And then we just have our coaching team, and we all work together and collaborate on you and your success. I know a lot of fitness and nutrition businesses, and I don't know anyone who tries to get results that kind of way because it's just honestly, it's too much work for people. But it's not too much work for us because we know that that actually gets the best results for people. Having your one person to be your coach, but then having this sort of like collaborative approach supports you in different kinds of ways and allows you to be more successful. And so that's one of my favorite things about FitMe. So anyways, I personally am assigned a handful, not that many anymore because I really get to be involved with everybody, but I have a couple people that are still assigned to me. Like I am their one-on-one person. And I love having that because it gives me the opportunity to like hear directly and still coach in the way that I love doing. And so anyways, I got this message from one of the people that I coach personally this morning about how, she's feeling like she's embracing the body that she's in, even though she's uncomfortable in it. And I thought that was just an interesting thing to share with you because one of the hardest things I feel like is to be uncomfortable in your skin and constantly aware of it. And you might even be working. And I mean, like, think about it. Here's what this feels like. So if you're uncomfortable in your skin and you're really aware of it, it becomes a thing in every setting. So it's a thing when you wake up in the morning because you're not comfortable in your skin. So the minute you start to put on clothes, you start to feel like, I shouldn't look like this. Like, why do these fit like this? I hate these clothes. Like, I don't look good. Like, you start to talk those things, or at a minimum, you're just like, ugh, gross, and then onward. If you're uncomfortable in your skin, it tends to be that like in every social situation, you are questioning, like, should I have that? Or if I have that, will someone think something? Like it becomes this thing where you're like, well, if I have that sweet treat, then everybody's going to be like, that's why she's fat. Or if I don't have it, they're going to be like, why that she's always on a diet, but why is she still fat? It becomes this thing where you're always thinking about it when you're uncomfortable in your skin. And maybe even like with your friendships, you're in pictures and you're like, I don't want to be in the picture. I'm just going to hide in the back. It's a thing. It messes with your life at all times. And so when you're uncomfortable in your skin, you get this desire to change. You're like, I want to see things differently. I want to feel different. I want to look better in my clothes. I want to feel more confident. I want to be stronger. You want all those things, right? So that's a positive potentially. As long as you're not like beating yourself up, it's okay to say like, I'm not happy where I am. I would like to be somewhere different. There's nothing wrong with that. The thing that gets people is that the skin that they're in right now, they start to hate that skin and be mean to that person. That person sucks. That person's like lazy. That person's overweight. That person's ugly. That person's whatever. The person that you're like, I'm not even looking at that picture. I fucking hate how I look. Sorry for the cursing. I try not to curse too much on here, but like you get in that way. And then you're like, well, when I lose the weight, then I'm going to go on that vacation. Or when I lose the weight, then I'm going to buy that dress. When I lose the weight, then I'm going to start doing that. Once I lose the weight, then I'm going to join that gym because I don't want to walk in there because I'm going to be embarrassed. Like when I lose the weight, I'm going to do this. And then I will deserve all the things. I'll deserve the nicer clothes, the vacation, joining the good gym, whatever, that adventure thing. Like it becomes this, now I'm not worthy because I'm uncomfortable in my skin. And future me that will have lost weight deserves all those things because I will be better then. The problem is that there's a big gap and disconnect between the feeling of discomfort where you're like, I don't like where I'm at. I've neglected my body for too long, right? It's okay to say that. I'm not telling you have to be like happy everywhere and all times in your skin. No, that's unrealistic. I think there's some strong, important things about body positivity, but it's okay to say, I've neglected myself. I don't feel very good. I don't like how I look and I would like to change. But then we have to start thinking about taking care of ourselves rather than thinking about how much we want to change or how much we hate ourselves. So if your body was a garden, okay? And I've used this before because I like to garden. I like plants and stuff. But if your body was a garden and you went out to the garden and you checked it out and you'd neglected that garden, you neglected it for a long time, months, years, whatever. And that garden now is covered in weeds. There's all sorts of crap all over the place. It does not look good. You can barely see the edges. It is yuck. And you are like, I got to do something about this. I have neglected this for too long. You're going to get to work on starting to change it. Maybe you're going to pull weeds. Maybe you're going to create new boundaries. Maybe you're going to plant new seeds. Maybe you're going to give it daily attention like water and sunshine. But none of that stuff is because you hate the garden. It's because you're taking care of it, because you're nurturing it, because you are going to apply your attention to it in order for it to grow and change and be better. And that is the mindset I want you to apply to your body. It doesn't have to be this garden, this busted garden that I've neglected is exactly how I want it to be. Nope. That doesn't have to be the case. It can be very neutral, and it doesn't have to be like, oh, I love all the weeds and I love all of the garbage that's in the garden and I love that it's not doing anything it's supposed to do. No, that's also not it. You don't have to say that, think that, feel that, nothing, but it can be much more neutral. It can be like, I'm going to take much better care of this garden because I know that there's potential here. There's big potential that is being missed. And if I don't neglect it and I take good care of it and I nurture that potential, then weeks, months, years down the road, this is going to be something really, really thriving, right? Thriving. Same garden though. And if you hate your garden, you're not going to take care of it every day. Like, think about that. And this is why this is such a powerful thought. If you hate your garden, you are not going to take care of it. If you are annoyed every day with the weeds, with the overgrowth, with the state that it currently is, if you talk crap about that garden every day, your mind is not going to want to do the work. Instead, if you're like, I freaking love this garden and I've neglected it for too long, there's potential here, I've got work to do. That's the frame. That's the frame you want to go into change with. And so when I got this message from, my client saying that she was like, I know she's not comfortable in her skin, but when she sends me this message that she's embracing the body that she's in right now, that's the shift that I heard in her. The shift was, okay, I could hate this skin that I'm in, but instead I'm going to own the skin that I'm in. Embrace can be ownership in a good way. Like, I am okay with these particular things and I'm working on changing these particular things. Like, that's the shift. And when I heard that in her, I'm like, oh, you're in a much better place about this. Because mindset being a part of, our program, like I told you, mindset is a really big part of the FitMe program. This is the kind of shift that we want in the mindset. Because the mindset of I hate my garden, it's just not going to sustain you. And if you've got big changes that you want to make, it's going to take time and you're going to have to be consistent and you're going to have to do hard work and you're going to have to show up day after day. And coming from a place of hate, not going to work. You're not going to do it. You are going to finally, you'd let go of it and just be like, I just can't do anything about it. But it's just that mindset. And so I want to encourage you, this being like the real first coffee talk back after being sick, I want you to think about what frame of mind you're in around your current state. And again, I'm giving you permission to be dissatisfied with where you are. You do not have to pretend. But on the other hand, you get to actively choose each day how you are going to approach that change. What kind of frame you're going to enter into when you show up to the gym? What kind of frame are you going to enter into when you are making that plate of healthy food? Is it because you hate your garden or because you know that it has potential and that you're tired of neglecting it and that you want to nurture and take care of it? That is what embracing your current body means. And when you start to do that, all of a sudden, instead of like, my body is worth this one day, you start to realize that you've got to actually do those things now. Like, you need to buy the workout clothes that feel good and fit now, not later, because we're taking care of the garden now. That's how we get there. You've got to start doing those adventures and vacations now, because that's how you get there. Because right now you're still worthy of it. You're just not in a place you want to be. You don't have to wait until it's all perfect and sunshine and rainbows and thriving. So in fact, if you haven't been buying yourself clothes because you want to wait till you get there, that's part of the mindset problem. If you've been afraid to join the gym because you're not fit enough, that's part of the mindset problem. If you have been thinking to yourself, one day when I get to this goal body weight, then I'll finally do that vacation because then I'll feel better in my clothes. That's a part of the mindset problem. Those things are actually holding you back from getting to where you want to be. They're not helping you. Putting them out there as some motivator, destination, prize is not helping you. It's hurting you. It's hurting you because of the frame that you're in around taking care of your garden. So hopefully this coffee talk message was helpful for you. I would love to hear if it was. So if this hit for you, if you're like, I needed this today, shoot me a message or do this instead. Screen capture this. If you're listening to this on the podcast, screen capture it and share it on your Instagram story and tag me. Then I'll know you heard it. And then I can share it on my story and I'll tag you back. And then it'll be like we've had this conversation together, almost like I'm coaching you through this. And then you can even make one little shift. So you're not going to mindset shift overnight. That's not going to happen. So pick one little thing today that you can do that's reflective of that you're actually going to take care of your garden and start to nurture its potential rather than act out of that place of complete disgust for where you are, or potentially even worse, perpetual neglect. So don't do either of those things. Instead, start to make one little doable step at a time forward. And if you're not sure what those steps are, I got you. That's what I do. So reach out and if you're like, I don't even know where to start, I can help. I will help you figure out where to start. And so message me. I will give you my very best feedback of what should be your first step to start to make those changes. And your job is to start with that little tiny mindset shift. So thanks for plugging into Coffee Talk. It means so much to me that you listen. I love sharing this with you. I feel so happy that I'm energized enough to do this with you today. And again, if this was helpful, let me know. Drop it in the comments or tag me on Instagram. If you haven't done so, subscribe to FitMe Coffee Talk on your favorite podcast platform. And if you are not in our Facebook group, then go on over to Facebook and search FitMe Community. You can request to join the group. I will add you. It is a no mean girl zone. It's a place to connect with other people who are working to make healthy habit changes so that they can live the life that they want to live. If that's you, if you're like, I want to make these changes for real, I want to do it the real way, that's us. So we'll help you do it. So hope to talk to you guys soon. Take care. Bye.